Hello guys, today I'm going to be explaining to you the different trades I took on Thursday and Friday last week. I've decided I'm going to start uploading more regularly, try and upload every day. I do say this all the time, but I slack on it because sometimes I just can't be bothered, but I think I'm going to start uploading every day the previous day's results. So today's Monday. I'm just going to be showing you the previous 2 days results on this specific chart, not the previous 2 days, just Fridays and Thursdays of last week. So as you can see, we caught a few good trades here. There were some losses in between, but I'll show you the winning trades that I did take. So let me just drop down to the minute here and show you a little bit easier what's going on here. Okay, here we go. So I'll start with Thursday. I'll give you a full breakdown. By the way, guys, I've got my Discord link in the bio if you want to join a free group where there is other traders. Anyway, so let me show you here. As you can see, this is like coming into London session right here. But I identified that there was some liquidity being built up on the downside here throughout the Asian session. And then throughout the day, well, early hours of the morning, from about 6 to 9, we were consolidating a bit here. We had some retail resistance being made here and some retail support being made here. Now, all we're looking for in the markets is a break of, so all we're looking for in the markets is the manipulations to happen. The banks, they create these retail supports and resistances and then they manipulate them. So what we're looking for is for the markets to manipulate. So we're looking for them to grab all of this liquidity here, here, and here. So we're looking for this to be grabbed. There's also liquidity here, which we will look to be grabbed afterwards. You know, the markets, the price is attracted to these liquidity points. This is what makes the markets move is liquidity. So when the liquidity is grabbed, causes nice moves in the market. So overall, we were looking for buys here. So because we looked at the higher time frame structure, so we were looking for short-term buys here. So what we did was we waited for this liquidity to be grabbed, and then we look for a nice entry to get in on the reversal. Now we want to look where price would go to, how low it would go before the after it's grabbed. So basically, to put this into easier terms, because I keep waffling, we're looking for this liquidity to be grabbed, and we're looking for an entry where we think price will go to when it gets grabbed. So what we're going to do is we go to a bit of a high time frame here. Let's just say the 15-minute. We can see on the 15-minute time frame that there is a gap here that the market has previously filled, but it usually comes in more and fills it. But under that, if we go to like I believe it's the hour time frame, we can see there's a little bit of an order block situation going on here, where it's left a gap and it's come over here. So we mark this order block up, as you can see with this purple zone, and then we go to a lower time frame. Let's say I believe it was the 5-minute I checked, was it? Um, yeah, it was a 5-minute time frame I went down to, and you can see there's a bit of a zone right here, a little bit of an order block within that whole sort of higher time frame order block. So I marked the high and the low of that, and then I marked about 50% of that, and that's where I got my first entry. I believed it was going to take this liquidity, take the Asian lows, take out this low here where there's money sitting down below this low here, and then come into that, past the gap, and into this nice zone here for a buy. So I placed a limit order there. I did have one a little bit higher which did get tapped out, but this one did tap me in with a 4 pip stop loss, and I had overall targets based on some previous liquidity and some previous highs. So overall there is some like liquidity sitting over here above these highs, which I knew the market would take, and there is higher liquidity overall that it was going to. But yeah, so that is the first entry, and then after my first entry I do like getting a second entry in most of the time. So I wait for structural breaks. As you can see, we had a bit of a structural break here, structural break here. Usually I do it after the second one, but I want to see a nice break of structure. So we had these breaks of structure, break of structure. So overall we had a nice move up here. which was enough confirmation for me to try and get my next entry in. These structural breaks were mitigated right here. As you can see, it goes up, mitigates, goes up, mitigates, goes up. But this sort of order block area right here was not mitigated, so I got my entry based off of this sort of institutional area right here. And as you can see, let me just delete this. We got a 5 pip stop loss entry here, and we were aiming for similar targets. So on this one we got a 1 to 26R, and on this one we got a 1 to 18R. So yeah, and after that it was about 11 o'clock right here. I just left the screens for that day, and I could have got some more entries in the day, but I just left it to that as I had some other plans, had some other things to do. When you trade in the markets, you don't want to be sitting at the screens all day. That's not the whole point of trading. You want to get your trades in and go enjoy your day, do your things, focus on your other businesses, your other streams of income streams. And yeah, so that was Thursday. Going on to Friday, I'll explain how these trades went down. So right here, as you can see, coming into the London session right here, we were looking at the previous session, Asian session, and we can see there was some liquidity, built up around in this area here. There was some liquidity here, but this was grabbed right here by this huge wick right here. You can see the wick grabbed the liquidity, and then price moved down. This is usually around 1, I guess. Yeah, it was 1 o'clock. That's when the market still moved quite a bit during Asian session, especially on gold. I'm giving you some free tips here. But yeah, as you can see, we had some liquidity right here, and we had even more liquidity built up during that time that needed to be grabbed, as you can see right here. So we were waiting for that nice move up. Could have got an entry, with it going up, but these lines are from the other day. But yeah, we could have caught a move up, could have ridden it up, went up here about 50 pips, could have caught that, but I wasn't interested in that. I was interested in getting this nice move right here on the way down, um, because there was this nice area of liquidity being built up, pool of liquidity, where the money is sitting. So we were looking for our manipulation to happen, and as you can see what happened here, it manipulated, and I had this sort of area marked up right here as a zone just above the highs before, because there were loads of reactions there, and I didn't really want to enter off of this sort of order block region here, because from previous experience I've just learned in general it wouldn't be a good idea because it's already been mitigated here. So I just looked above, because this wiki did do a lot of mitigations. I was looking for entries over here. I did have some secondary entries just above, based off of this order block right here, which I'll show you what happened with those. But yeah, I did have this as a backup sort of area, but this was my first sort of entry right here, which, as you can see, no drawdown whatsoever. This was an amazing entry right here. I did have a 3 pip stop on this, um, just for a bit of backup. I didn't want to go, all the way up with a 5 pip stop. I just kept it minimal. 3 pip stop, good enough. And we caught some beautiful entries right there. We had a 90 pip gain right there. I believe it was just about, what was the price? 131. I believe we got it to 1.1240. About there. That's what we caught right there. We caught 1 to 32 on that trade right there, based off of, targets are based off of higher time frames and stuff like that. But yeah, we caught that entry. Beautiful entry. That is an amazing entry right there. You don't need the raw spread account to be catching tight entries like that. Just so you know, you can't catch it on a regular account because of the spread. So yeah, that was a tight entry right there. Took that liquidity, and then what happens is we started getting liquidity, formed on the underside, which we know is going to be grabbed, and that's how we base our targets, based off previous liquidity as well, and other things like that. So we wanted a second entry on this, and we waited for our structural breaks, which did happen. There was no like real mitigation here, but I did see this area as a nice area. I believed price would come back to, like, we could have caught some nice mitigation entries here, and around here, and also around these sort of areas. These were beautiful entries as well. We could have caught 70, 80 pips on each one. Right here, we could have caught 80 pips. But I was looking at this overall area up here, and I wanted to walk away from markets as well, so I didn't really keep an eye on these areas. I did have this as a little entry. I only set small targets for this one, but yeah, so I had this place. I did have a backup entry which didn't get hit. But yeah, I had this sort of area here. We were aiming for 70 pips on that, around 67 pips, I believe it was, with a 6 pip stop loss based off of the previous entry. In case it did come into that, we would have lost that trade. But that was a beautiful trade right there. We didn't want to aim for too much because overall price had started going up at this point. And you know me, I love to get my reversal entries. So after we've seen price change structure over here, structural break right here, heavy structural break over here. So we decided to, had a feeling there's a chance it will come back because usually it comes back to like 50%. As you can see right here, it came back to the 50% mark. Could have caught a 50% entry, but I wasn't at the market at the time this happened, so I wasn't able to get that 50% entry. But when I took a quick glance at my phone, just check my profits, check the charts as well, and I seen this reversal happening, so I got my quick entry on this order block right here, 7 pip stop loss on that, just under the structure. Didn't want to make that stop loss too big, and I was aiming for previous structure, previous areas of manipulation where the markets would manipulate to. Got that nice entry. I didn't want to, overtrade today because I did have this trading as well. So I left it to that. I didn't get any second entries on that. And that was a nice 1 to 19. This one was a 1 to 32. And then this entry also tapped, which was 1 to 10. So yeah, this was that first entry. I did take this out. I didn't actually enter this trade because my original entry did really nicely. So I took this backup entry out. But if I just kept it in here to show you, if you were to have held that entry and this one was to have failed, you would have caught a little bit of a move. You would have caught about overall 37 pips, but let's say you caught 30, that would have still been a nice 1 to 10 R trade. It's all about, catching the pips and the R. The profit doesn't matter at the end of the day as long as you have a good risk to reward ratio. You can lose like 5 trades and you're still going to be winning with this 1 to 10. So overall, we caught a 10R and 20R, a 32R, a 26R and an 18R. There were a few losses in between. I'm not going to deny that, but as you can see, we caught a good few trades in the last couple of days of the week. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to explain how I catch my trades, how I do trade, and I hope that gave you some insight into how that is. And if you need any help, just let me know. And also, you can join my Discord group where you can chat amongst yourselves. It's a free Discord group in the description down below. Anyway, guys, I hope you got some use out of this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully, tomorrow will be another video. I'm going to try and upload every day. But yeah, see you guys next time.